What up, gangsters? It's your girl Shannon. I'm here with the Mystic Monday reading. I hope you guys are doing well after all these eclipses, all this heavy energy with the Queen of Wands here. Now, she kind of wanted to come out in the reverse. And so the Queen of Wands, she's sexy, she's creative, she's inspired, and she's happy and knows what direction she's going in her life. When it's in reverse, this can be a little manipulative, this can be promiscuous, this can just be going a little too far with your energy. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, a lot of orange energy here, right? Really picking up a lot of sacral energy, which is definitely connected to the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Hanged Woman. Aerial yoga, definitely. King of Cups. Princess of Swords. I've had no activity, and then all of a sudden now I have tons of activity outside. Four of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. Let's go ahead and pull the rest of the cards here. Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. One more, they said. Nine of Swords. All right, all right, all right. Bottom of the deck is the Princess of Wands, okay? Go ahead and ground this energy in. All right. So this week with the Princess of Wands, this is our overall energy. This is messages coming in perhaps of you wanting to go do something, you feeling inspired, you wanting to move in a new direction. And the thing is the beginning of the week, you take hold of this energy and you really feel inspired and you really do want to take that energy. But I feel like it's not time yet. I feel like it's just, this week is just, it's just not time yet. So you have all this pent up energy and all this action and all this readiness, but it's just not time yet. And I'm being drawn to the flower, and there's no particular flower here that's signified, but I'm thinking of like a lotus flower, right? The lotus comes up out of the mud and opens up. And this is the symbolism of that it still blooms, even though it's going through all this energy, all this mud, all these trials, all these obstacles. It's still going to come in and it's still going to bloom the way it needs to bloom. So this is like a transformation. It's ascension, if you will. But with the Six of Pentacles and the Hanged Woman, this is telling me like it's just not time yet. Like maybe people aren't ready for your energy yet. And it just feels like you're ready and you're ready to show the world everything you got, but everybody else around you is not ready. Midweek, you may have relationship conflicts. You may have somebody who is trying to message you, trying to talk to you. You have your guard up around these people, or maybe people who have been emotionally unavailable. You also still have your guard, but these people are coming in wanting balance. So even though your partner, or the person you're talking to is kind of not seeing eye to eye, you both want the same thing. It feels like you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, but the thing is you guys want the same thing, but you are expressing it in different ways. Does that make sense? So one is a little bit more straightforward, to the point, blunt, if you will, and the other person is kind of like beating around the bush and, oh, well, it feels like this, and they have a lot of emotion, right? So remember that you're either choosing love or you're choosing ego when you associate with people and you're having disagreements. There's not room for both. So how can you shift the week and shift that energy? You're choosing love or the ego. How can you come in and act in a more sweet, romantic, maybe loving way, understanding, a little bit more with compassion. This energy, this person comes in and you just don't trust them. I don't feel like the Seven of Swords is like anybody doing anything to you. I think it's you doing it to yourself, where you're just like, nah. Come, like I see her with her hand like, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. Like, you don't trust other people. So it's important for you to trust in this situation a Nine of Swords, because this is going to give you too much anxiety, too much stress, if you will. Even adding the one sword with it, it's a painful ending. Like, and some of you may be going through like an ego death where you are just transforming and let going of things. Now, when I'm looking at this overall, there's somebody here who may have gone through a breakup and they're trying to find their footing. They're trying to find like their place in the world again. They're trying to step out, you know, go in the town, show things out. But the thing is, you're realizing like this isn't working. This isn't working. You have way too much love. You've worked on yourself way too much. You have too many boundaries and you want something balanced. And the thing is you aren't ready because you don't trust other people around you. So how can you date, or how can you like go out with friends and make friends if you don't trust people? You have to work on your trust issues. And because you could also say, well, everybody in my past has done this and da 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 da, and I'm just going to keep my boundaries up and I'm just going to, you know, but we all know to love or to be in a friendship or anything like that, we take the risk of being hurt. Always. Like, that's a given. Like, and this funny thing about trust is that trust is an inside thing. It has nothing to do with the other person. Like, we trust, like, people are people, and people are always going to mess up, and they're always going to make mistakes. And granted, like, we all have our boundaries. We all have our limitations of how much we can handle. But giving your trust to somebody and be like, I trusted you not to do this to me, it's such a weird sensation or a weird thought, because it's our trust. You have to learn to trust yourself. I trust myself that if you cross my boundary, I'm going to leave. I trust myself that if you show me red flags, I'm gonna say no instead of going, it's okay, I'll just take on this one red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put that trust in yourself, and you have to really follow through on your boundaries in order to maintain that trust. Because trust, yeah, there's shady people out there. There is. And it's stressful. But if you can get to a knowing of like, trusting is an inside process, and trusting and loving is an inside process. And I trust myself to love myself enough to know when to walk away, to know when to end this and let go of this. And that's going to ease up some of this anxiety that you have and this stress. But it's shadow work. You know, you have to go in and you have to ask yourself, where is this coming from? Why don't I trust myself? How can I trust myself? And it's baby steps that works up to bigger steps. And then sometimes people still mess up. But you have to go back to yourself and be like, you know what? I didn't mess up. And I know that the next time's not going to be so bad. So this week is not so much about interacting with other people. Maybe you might have some interactions with people, but it's more about ourselves and asking ourselves, can I trust myself enough to know when enough is enough? Can I trust myself to know when I need to leave? Am I giving love in this situation? Am I receiving love? Do I feel loved? Do I feel valued? Do I feel wanted? Do I feel like there's clear communication? And if you don't feel like those things are there, and you have a direct conversation and you're not getting a direct answer, or you are getting one that doesn't align with what you need, why are you not trusting yourself to leave? We can do three things in a situation. We can accept the situation for how it is, who it is, what it is. We can change it, either by our actions or the way we respond in situations or the things that we do, or we can leave. You can do one of those. If you can't leave and you can't change it, you have to accept it. If you can accept it and you can't change it, you have to leave it. Do you understand? So this week is a lot of contemplation and a lot of inner, like where you've been like avoiding and you've gotten overconfident and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna party and I'll find myself again and I'm gonna be good. It's a realization like that's a false pretense and that's a false love, and that there's a lot more going on underneath that you need to handle, that you need to clear out. And so you're getting like that deep judgment call this week as you move forward. I think I'm going to leave it there, because if I go deeper, I feel like it goes into next week, and that's not what we're here for. You can always book personal readings on my website, anchoredsoultherapy.com. And I do personal sessions. If you don't want a personal live session, you can order emailed sessions, and those can either go on the schedule or you can get them within 48 hours. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the description box. I have a lot of classes. Check out my website, and I hope to see you soon. See you in the future, gangsters. Bye now.